Let's go into the Wayback Machine and make what Julia Child says is one of the best French dishes ever. Today we're making coq au vin, chicken in wine. It's an old school dish. Julia Child loved to make it. I'm making her recipe. And look, here's the thing. It's a handful of ingredients, but it's simple as shit. It's a terrible reference because shit isn't, well, I guess it is simple, but it's simple as pie. Simple as pie. Dog simple. The dogs. It takes a little bit of time, but there is nobody out there in YouTube land that couldn't make this. I'm telling you, just watch what I do and do it. And because there's a 25-ish minute period of time when the chicken is simmering away and wine and chicken stock and garlic and tomato paste, stuff like that, that no matter what you did up to that point, that little simmering part will make all your sins go away, and it's going to be outstanding. Fall off the bone-ish. Super delicious. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. So if you're ready, I'm ready, and I say, let's go. First into the pan will be thick-cut bacon, which normally would be fine by itself, but Julia loves her fat, so she says a couple tablespoons of oil, and in we go. And these will just live in here until they start to get light brown, 2 to 3 minutes. All right, we can take it out. We're leaving the grease in though. Next in is our chicken. And I have 3 thighs and 3 legs. Chicken goes in, skin side down. The goal here is browning, both sides. And I'm using a heavy bottom pot, which is ideal if you've got one. If you don't, the holidays are coming up. Be good and ask your Santa. This just goes till we get little beautiful goldenness on each side. Well, we're waiting for this, golden brown, and as they get there, you can turn them over. Julia's next ingredient is cognac, and if you don't have it, you can use brandy like I am. And all cognac is brandy, not all brandy is cognac. It's got to come from the cognac region. In any case, we pour it in, let it bubble, and then we're gonna light it. So you can take a match like this. Jesus. That was so weird. I told ya. I didn't think it would be that crazy, and then you weren't even prepared for it. Jesus. Well, no, the problem was, so just let the alcohol burn off a little bit. Since he's the only one who didn't catch fire. I could feel that heat though. I'm like okay, can you stop it? Stop talking for a second. You can let the alcohol burn off. If you're worried about it, you can put a lid on, but it's fine. Now what's crazy is I poured it in and I couldn't get this to go. But the fumes of it were so intense, when I finally lit my lighter on the outside, it caught and then it went. And Max almost lost his camera. I warned him. I almost lost my face. Next in, we had a little dried thyme, just a little. We threw in a bay leaf, which I'll have to use a couple because mine are broken. And she's pretty specific with this next item, 20 pearl onions. And I favor the frozen ones. I'll tell you why in a second. So get your onions in, turn the heat down just a little bit, put the lid on, and give it, 10 minutes. You can buy pearl onions fresh at the store. Then you bring them home, and then you peel them. And peeling 20 things this big is a gigantic pain in the ass. So don't do that. Do what I do. Buy frozen ones. They're already peeled. And no matter what you're making, you throw them in frozen, they're going to be perfect in your recipe. Okay? Okay? Okay. So remember, frozen pearl onions, that's your goal. This covered up 10 minutes, then I'm back. And next move, gorgeous. This is flour. We sprinkle over everything. Of course, this is going to help thicken up the whole deal. And now we want to take our chicken and turn it around so the flour gets into our little sauce down here. Hello everybody. Work it in a bit. You don't really want to see white on the chicken. Great. Couple minutes, covered up, and I'm back. And here we go. Kill the heat. Boys, that's smelling good. Now we're going to add 2 cups of red wine, a couple cloves of garlic. Oh boy, that was very satisfying. Tomato paste, the bacon. Last but not least, chicken stock or broth. I have 2 cups here, should be perfect. Just till it almost covers. Heat goes back on. Alright, when you see it starting to simmer like that, lid goes on. 25 minutes, 30 minutes of a gentle simmer, and then we'll check and see how our chicken is. We're almost there. Et voila! There we go, look how beautiful. Okay, I've temped the chicken, it's done. Legs and thighs, 175, 180, 185, you're all good, all the way up. I mean, don't go past 190 if you don't have to, but this is great. But see, the sauce is beautiful, but it's not as thick as I want it. So 2 things will now happen. The chicken will come out, look at the little beautiful red tinge it has from the red wine. If you could smell what I smell, if you could smell what I smell, the wine, sitting in the pot with the onions and the stuff. Okay, we're gonna keep that warm. We come back to this, turn this back up to a simmer. I'm now gonna add cremini mushrooms that have been quartered. Mix everybody in, leave the lid off, bring this to a simmer, and in about, I don't know, 7-8 minutes, it will reduce a little bit, it'll thicken a little bit, the mushrooms will cook a little bit, and then everything comes together in the most delicious way possible. Well, there you have it. Look how beautiful. Our sauce is thickened nicely. If you want it thicker, let it go longer. Even add a little cornstarch to it. It's all you, bud. I mean, it's all you, Sparky. And kill this heat. And now your chicken's gonna go back in to just warm back up a little bit, but get the benefit of some of this sauce. Oh, tender, look at, do you see this? That is beautiful. Let's get some on top. Remember our onions? They're perfect. Julia Child may have peeled her own pearl onions. This guy does not. And I think if you're smart, you'll call bullshit on that. You want to bring it to the table like this, bring it to the table like this, serve your guests right there, or let me show you what I like to do. Let's take the chicken, we'll put a couple pieces in, one more like that. Of course, this is important. The bacon, the mushrooms, the onions, it's a huge part of it. And now, I made mashed potatoes. Go to thecookingguy.com, search Go to thecookingguy.com, search mashed potatoes, and you'll get these beauties. Alright, let's do this. Let's just give some more juice, some more of this gorgeous sauce. And, I mean, you've watched this now, so you have a sense of what this took. And apart from a little bit of time and effort, ain't nothing complicated here, everybody. Last but not least, a couple thyme sprigs to look beautiful. Et voila, as she might say, et voila, bonjour. Oh, that was my French teacher, Mrs. Arthurs. Well, well, well. Where do you start? Suppose you start with some chicken, right? Let's see what's happening here? The dam broke. And now a little mashed potato. You have to, right? And maybe 1 mushroom and bacon. And I'm there. Bon appetit! It's like I'm in France. No, it's like I'm in Julia Child's kitchen. She's towering over me. She was a tall woman. She's like 6'2" or something. She's just made this, the apron's on, The whole situation is in black and white. She's speaking to me in English and French. I'm not understanding the French because I didn't pay enough attention in Mrs. Arthur's French classes back in high school. But the moment is glorious. I count Julia Child as one of the people that impacted my own career. Not from a food standpoint, but from a style standpoint. When Julia Child was in the kitchen, she was natural. If something went wrong, she went with it. How much shit goes wrong for me? We go with it. Anyway, that's fantastic. You can make this. Please do. If you've gotten all this way and you've not hit subscribe yet, do it. Supports the channel. It's completely free. And you can win one of those knives just for being a subscriber. Okay? That's it for me. But au revoir.